It's Monday. You know what that means. Time for another episode of your favorite sports podcast. That's right. Starting off your work week the right way. It's the Flex Zone Podcast, episode 440. We got a little peek as to what's to come as the NFL schedule will be released this week. We're going to talk about it. And of course, the tribal chief and the reigning defending champions welcome the flock to Arrowhead to start the season. We're going to preview the NFL schedule. We're looking for some rumors that we've heard already. Of course, we got to take a look at the draft lottery. Unexpected team wins the number one pick in the NBA draft. Bronny James is clear. Looks like he's going to stay in the draft. The Lakers are picking up the phone, and the NBA playoffs march on as we get closer to the conference finals. We got a special guest joining us for the first half of the show to talk about some of these big topics. Friend of the program who we've had on before, but we'll get to that and that much more on the Flex Zone Podcast. And of course, we get goofy with Cravante tonight as well. Only place giving you sports how you want when you need it. Flex Zone Podcast, new episode coming to you right now here on the Flex Zone Podcast. More exciting than everyone who'll be rushing to the polls tomorrow. If you're in Baltimore City, you know what I'm talking about. It's the Flex Zone Podcast, fellas. Only place giving you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
Episode 440. Wow, 440 episodes of the Flex Zone Podcast. And always remember that not only is it the only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. Whose house is it? It's the Flex Zone's house. That's right. Episode 440. Very special guest coming back to join us for the second time. He will be bringing his sports thoughts, and I know he's excited to talk about the NFL schedule. We're going to talk about that. We got the Lakers picking up the phone. I know Laker Nation loves to hear that. Who are they calling? I don't know, but we're going to find out. We got Bronny James potentially staying in the draft, and we have a draft lottery winner. Unfortunately, no, it was not the DC Wizards, Cravante and Raj. But of course, we get goofy with Cravante. I know he's got some ammo this week. A lot to choose from in the world in general. And of course, all the other things that come up in between as well. As we know, the season opener for the NFL season, September 5th, which isn't that far away. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram at the Flex Zone 1, and of course, Facebook, the Flex Zone 1, and TikTok, the Flex Zone Podcast. You can get those super chats in, ask us any questions. We'll answer them for you live. And of course, the FlexZone1 at gmail.com. Ideas, or you want to be guest on the show, throw your ones up. Acknowledge the head of the sports podcast table. And batting leadoff, it is the social media producer himself, the man that we call the Meat Man, the one and only Big Raj, makes the streams pristine. Let's get him on the big screen. There he is. Big Raj, what's going on, sir? Let's get you right. Hold on.
No bread, no water, just meat. No bread, no water.
Finish him, Daddy.
This is your boy Big Raj. He's here, back on the Flex Zone Podcast. Ready to talk this NFL schedule, this first week one matchup. You know, we'll dig into it a little bit. But yeah, we have a guest, so keeping it short and sweet. So there you go.
This next man is the captain of the Goofy ship. He is the Commander Lorian. He is the voice of reason. He is the co-patriarch, along with our good brother below him, who we'll get to in a second. It's the one and only Cravante, baby. You know we always got to play your theme song, baby.
Those haters can't stand us. Left hand up.
If these sounds were trying to get their sleep.
Commanders, commanders. We fight for RDC. Who are we? The commanders, those haters.
Damn thing song.
Damn. Oh, damn.
There it is.
Damn.
There it is. There it is. Damn that theme song, but goddamn that second part, you can run that back. You understand me? But Monday nights, we in the man cave, Flex Zone Podcast. Y'all already know how we do. Get into a little NBA, get into a little NFL. I can't believe we made this an event. The schedule coming out, we made that an event. Like that. That's something folks are looking forward to, and folks are having to talk about. So we gonna do just that, and we're gonna talk about it. So I'm ready to get into it, y'all.
Last but not least, before we get to our special guest, it is the Flex on Messiah, the tribal chief of the Flex on podcast, the co-patriarch along with Cravante, the super producer, Mr. Mocha State University, the pride of the side savior of misbehavior, Mr. 25-8, the A-lister, Jersey Dre. What's going on, my guy?
Acknowledge me.
Jersey Dre.
Another exciting show. I'm excited. Cravante, man, they've been doing this for a while, man. In NFL, NBA, we get excited now about the schedule release.
Jam.
Well, let's get to our guest. He is someone who's been on the show before, if you remember. He is a part of Sam Sports. You can check them out on YouTube, but he's also part of the Ignorant Thinkers podcast. He's already hype. He's bringing the energy. Our boy, Dennis Holmes. He's coming with the heat. I know he loves to talk NFL, college football, NBA basketball. So do us a favor. Bring the energy with him. Put your hands together because he's going to bring the heat. He's joining us back again. What's up, Dennis?
I just would like to say one time, yeet. That's make sure that be put out there. Yeet. All right. Now I'm feeling real loosey right now. Feeling real loosey.
Jay Uso on our screen. What's going on, Dennis?
Not much, man. I'm glad to be here with y'all, though, man. I'm glad to be here with y'all. Let's get a good show going. I'm excited. So I'm gonna let y'all know that I'm very excited.
Well, let's get to it. Let the people know who you are and where they can find you on all your platforms and all that good stuff.
Well, listen. Let me let everybody know. My name is Dennis Holmes. Sports Multimedia Network at the same time. Y'all can find me at Ignorant Thinker Podcast on all social media network, and you can also find me with Sam Sports Multimedia Network. Make sure y'all go click, like, subscribe, help everybody get these numbers up because that's all the world cares about is numbers. The more numbers you got, the more money you'll make, the more people want to see you. Help us, help you. That's all we asking for: some subs, some likes. Slam that like button. That's all. We ain't asking for much.
Well, let's get to it, everybody. We're going to bring you in with these Flex Zone topics, Dennis, so you hop on right in, part of the crew. We know the first game of the NFL season will be the Kansas City Chiefs and the tribal chief, Patrick Mahomes, as they will welcome in Lamar Jackson and the reigning MVP and the Baltimore Ravens to Arrowhead on September 5th, Thursday night opener. And I guess we all kind of knew this was happening. Dennis, how you feeling about this matchup? And are the Chiefs still right now the prohibitive favorite in the AFC and the NFL?
Yeah, they run the AFC. The AFC is the Kansas City Chiefs Invitational. I've been saying the AFC is weak. They don't even try to give Kansas City any type of fight. You know, I thought this year was the best year to slap the hell out of Kansas City. But as we've seen, you know, nobody could do it. Kansas City didn't even have but one home game in the playoffs. And they went right through everybody like it was nothing. And didn't even have wide receivers that could catch the ball completely, but still went right through everybody.
Yeah, I mean, he hit it right on the money. I mean, honestly speaking, it makes no sense because, like everybody keeps saying, this was the best year to get the Chiefs, and for the Ravens, you had the number one defense. Lamar Jackson had an MVP season. You brought in Odell Beckham Jr., so there was all the distractions were gone. You had a new offensive coordinator in there. Home game, AFC Championship game in your backyard, and you still weren't able to beat the tribal chief, Patrick Mahomes, nor Travis Kelce. So I don't know how there's a stoppage to this team when they've gotten better, and Buffalo seemed to help them out in the draft. And I was watching Speak earlier, and they asked the question, are the Ravens a threat to the Chiefs? And they were split on this because James and Joy were saying yes, but Acho and Shady were saying no, really. And it's really because of the record against Patrick. Is 4-1. Lamar Jackson right now is 4-1 against Patrick Mahomes. In order to get that record, in order to be a threat,
One and
you
four,
have
Dre.
to have more. You have to beat him more, and you have to beat him when it counts. Had Lamar did it during the AFC Championship game, we're having a different conversation. But right now, the only person in the AFC who seemed to have any blow for blow with Patrick thus far has been Joe Burrow. But Joe, right now, Joe's been so up and down with his health, so you're unsure about whether or not the Bengals can do it. The Ravens, like I said, Lamar has a losing record against him. Same thing with Josh Allen. Josh Allen, you saw in the times when he counts in the playoffs, Josh Allen has not been able to beat Patrick Mahomes. So I'm not sure when we talk about the teams that can go against Kansas City. I'm not sure about when you think about maybe some other teams out there. The Raiders, they don't have a quarterback. The Broncos, they're iffy right now. You know, these are teams within their own division. The Chargers were unsure about what we're going to get out of Jim Harbaugh's first year. The Browns were unsure about which Deshaun Watson is going to show up. The Texans, are they really still on the climb, or is CJ Stroud going to hit a sophomore slump? It's a lot of uncertainty right now, but we are sure that the Tribal Chiefs, whether or not this guy has receivers or not, seems to still be on the top of the mountain, and nobody's taking him off his throne thus far.
And Raj, before you go, don't forget they added Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, and they did draft Xavier Worthy, as we mentioned. Trey talked about fastest 40 time ever. We know the Rasheed Rice situation. He will play at some point this season. I'm confident. I'm sure he'll be back for the stretch run. And Travis Kelsey just got paid as well, so he'll be motivated. He's still with Taylor Swift. Raj, I know you love hearing the Tribal Chiefs and going there in the first game.
Honestly, not really. I'm one of those ones that it doesn't really matter. I mean, great, we're playing them week one. It's going to be hype. You got the regular season MVP versus the Super Bowl MVP, a rematch. From the AFC Championship game, right straight from the start. We get to see the Ravens get to see the rings that they couldn't win last year because they have a ring ceremony in Kansas City, and it'll be all fun and dandy. But the biggest thing is this with the Baltimore Ravens this year. Yeah, it's going to sting. It's going to completely sting when you go up there. A lot of the players that was on the team last year is going to feel it. The Mark Andrews, the Lamar Jackson, to say Flowers who fumbled in the end zone. It's going to sting, but I deep down I kind of do want to get this game over with, just because whether they win or lose, I want to get this game over with and see what the team could look like at the beginning of the season, because they're getting new players like Derrick Henry out there. We're gonna have who's a rookie? Nate Wiggins.
Nate Wiggins.
He'll be out there playing, I'm sure.
Zach Orr, first time as a DC, calling plays.
Zach Orr, first time as a DC. Trenton Simpson, right alongside our other backer, Roquan. So it's just going to be a lot of new people on the field, and I'm pretty sure the Ravens will run the ball more than just 6 times. Hopefully, if Harbaugh is not being outcoached again. But yeah, man, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun, but it's still, as a Ravens fan, it still stings, and it's gonna piss me off pretty much, especially if we do win, and I'm be like, This is we could have did this to them last year in the championship game. Why would you? But it's neither here nor there. Like I said before, I'm looking forward to it, but deep down, I'm like, yeah, I want to get it out the way, but at the same time, I'm like, I kind of don't want to see these guys. We just saw these guys, and they already celebrated on our field. Now they get to celebrate on their field, winning our rings. Or, I'm sorry, their rings, but whatever.
And let me add in real quick before Cavante goes some of the losses that the Ravens had. So I don't know if this matchup against the Chiefs how they're going to fare because I forgot about some of these people that we lost our defensive coordinator Mike McDonald. That's a huge loss to the Baltimore Ravens. We're not bringing back Odell this year. Losing both Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins, losing Jadeveon Clowney, Patrick Queen. Just to name a few people, Browser, we lost him. We lost Geno Stone. So those are some huge losses that we have. And then even our backup quarterback, we lost Tyler Huntley as well. So this is going to be a completely different team.
So I wanted to speak to something that Dre was saying. So a threat. I still believe that the Ravens are a threat to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, are we talking threat or are we talking about actually winning? I think we're talking about two totally different things because the Ravens are still very much a threat to the Chiefs. Now, are you taking them to beat the Chiefs? Vegas would probably say else. Well, actually, the numbers are already out. Vegas, the Chiefs are -3 as an opener, but that could change between now and September. But they're still very much a threat. It's just actually putting it all together and beating Goliath. Even when they look like David, they're still very much Goliath. And as far as this game, I think the same thing our good brother said to kick this off. This is your best shot to get him is week 1. Just like last year was your best shot to beat them. This is your best shot to get them because week 1 is where all the wild stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? Teams typically don't get their footing until about week 4, week 5, with folks like really trying to start to separate themselves. But week 1, week 2, you catch somebody slipping. So this matchup, I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens win this game. Just like Raj said, now that'll probably make it sting a little bit more, but this Ravens team is completely different. And even if the Chiefs team has a couple extra pieces, a couple different pieces than they had previously. So it's not the same, but the Ravens, this is a prove it game. Like you should come out ready for war again, because this is the team that you were favored against at in your own backyard, like Dre was saying, and they didn't have any wide receivers. Like, I don't know. Like we have to look this up. Is there a team that's won a Super Bowl that had the most drops in the regular season? Like, has that ever happened? Because this team was terrible through like the first 8-9 weeks. Terrible. Like midway through the season, there was no way that anybody could have legitimately said that the Kansas City Chiefs were going to win the Super Bowl or even go. Now, obviously, they're going to make the playoffs because the AFC West still nobody messing with them in the AFC West, so they still make the playoffs. But nobody thought they was going to win, let alone go to the Super Bowl. So, it's tough because now you give them a chance to retool, get things together, right their wrongs, get better receivers, get faster receivers. Now it's like, dang, well, now what? As an AFC contender, now the question is now what? What do you do now? So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens win. I mean, at this point, I think the Ravens need this win.
And on top of that, also, Rashee Rice probably will be suspended. I'm not sure he's going to be suspended the entire year, but he's not going to be playing week 1. That's for damn sure. So that's a good thing. But like you said, they got some changes as well on Kansas City. I think Snead is gone. I forgot where team he went to.
He went to go get
to the Titans.
He went to the Titans. And they got
They got
Xavier
paid.
Worthy in the draft, and they picked up Marquise Brown from free agency. So those are two new weapons that our good old boy Mahomes has to play with. But it's going to be two different squads. It's not the same teams from the AFC Championship game. A lot of people, this is the game where you go through your rotations, you go through who's going to be what, and where, what, and who, and why, and whatever. It's not going to be like a set in stone thing. It's like you got to feel this game. It's like a feel game. So hopefully the Ravens come out on top. I mean, you never know with these type of week one matchups because it's so fresh. But yeah, man, it's going to be a good game. Of course, it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a fun game. But it's just going to come down to, quarterbacks. It's going to come down to Lamar. It's going to come down to Mahomes. Which one wants to win that game first? Which team makes the mistake or doesn't make the mistake? So,
well, let's get.
We'll do it. One mistake will do it.
Well, let's get into the schedule a little more. Dennis, I want to start with you because if I recall, you're Fly Eagles Fly, right? You're an Eagles fan. I believe the Ravens host the Eagles this coming year. I see you doing flapping your wings. We did get the announcement that Tom Brady will make his Fox debut in the booth 4/25 September 8th as the Dallas Cowboys travel to Cleveland to face the Browns. We know the Ravens and the Chiefs, and more, of course, will come out in the next 24 hours as a schedule release on Wednesday. What do you think about your Eagles, what they did in the offseason, getting Saquon, in the draft, good Lord, they got the two of the top 5 corners, and, possibly how they stack up
You're
in the
welcome.
NFC?
You're welcome.
What are we welcome about? What are we welcome about?
You traded with the Commanders. That's what I'm saying. You're welcome. Wheeling and dealing.
It's how I don't know if you
It's
know
like stealing candy from a baby, huh? Like stealing candy from a
right.
baby.
It's how we.
He's a magician. He's
I
a
don't know if you
magician.
noticed or not, but we have the greatest GM right now. We have the greatest GM right now. It's Howie's season, and let Howie cook. This is what he do. There'll never be a point where Howie's not going to get you enough talent that you need for you to win. Now, this has been a really good offseason. Did I want Saquon Barkley? No. But I'll take him. I'm going to let y'all know that. All right. Didn't want him. I wanted to keep DeAndre Swift because he was from Philly. We could have kept the Philly kid. Then we could have paid Hassan Reddick and kept that Philly. Well, he's from Jersey, but could have kept that guy, but obviously you can't get everything you want. So wants and needs is what it is. And we did a pretty good job fulfilling all the holes that we needed to fill. Now the talent is there. Now we just need to see if we're going to put it all together. Now our first game of the season is in Brazil, September the 5th, against the Green Bay Packers on a Friday night, September 5th. Yeah, Friday. No, we're September the 6th. September the 5th is the first game. We're September the 6th, that Friday night in Brazil. And I should be there. I just got my passport.
I'm tempted to join you, brother. I got 2 years left on my passport. I just checked today.
I got my passport. I just got the trip information. It don't cost that much. So only thing now is I want to see how much the price of the ticket is to get in the stadium. So all I need to see, and I'm there.
Are y'all winning the NFC? Is it comeback season? Y'all coach was about to get kicked out of the city.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. It's part of Philadelphia. We kicked Andy Reid out of the city. You see Andy Reid now?
I can't, man. Hey,
I'm here to let you know. I got hope. Oh, you ain't saying nothing about no passports. Hold up, play on that. You get my goddamn envelope.
I'm trying to go to Brazil too, man.
Right, man.
Go ahead, Drake. That's Cavante.
Let me fellas, what's up? I'm
what's up? What's up? We go to Brazil. What's up? They're gonna start calling me Den Toretto when I get out that joint. You understand? Den Toretto.
Hey, let me ask you this then, since we're talking about the Eagles right now. Who do you feel was the blame for last season falling apart? Do you feel like it was more on the defense? Do you feel like it was Jalen Hurts being hurt? What do you feel was the cause for the demise last year, and can you guys get back to where you were the previous year this upcoming season?
I think it was all of those things together. I think it was the pressure of being, after losing the Super Bowl and then coming back, and we started off 10-1, and everybody was like, "Oh, they're going right back to the Super Bowl. They're the same team," and I'm like, "No, we got too many holes to fix. Man, our defense is terrible. Jalen Hurts got too many turnovers. Like nobody wanted to put that in perspective. Too many turnovers. Jalen Hurts defense is terrible. We barely winning games. Like we played against the Washington Commanders. Y'all took us down to the wire. Y'all put 30 points on us back-to-back games. Back-to-back games we played, y'all put 30 points on us. Then y'all fire your offensive coordinator.
That's about how it goes.
Right. Like, man, he put up 30 points for Sam Howell. Like, come on, man. Like, he put 30 points for Sam Howell back-to-back time. Every time we played against Eric Bieniemy, he put 30 plus on. No matter who's the quarterback, 30 plus. Every time we played against him. I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to leave that alone. I ain't going to get too hype on that. Anyway,
I know how you
and
feel.
things just started falling apart. It just started going like just bad. It went from bad being bad to just bad. And I just blamed it on everything. And I felt as though our coach, Nick Sirianni, didn't have no trust at all with him. And I felt as though him going to get an offensive coordinator instead of the one that we got, which I ain't that hype on these coordinators either. I'll let y'all know that now. But instead of the one that we got, the offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, I thought he should have went and got his old coach, who he used to coach with when he was in the Colts. He should have went and got him, who also been in Philly, so they'll both have a good relationship, and it's somebody he could trust. Like if I'm going to go down, let me go down with my mentor. If I'm going to go down with somebody, like if I'm going to go down, I'm going to die, and I need somebody to have my back so we can have this fight. Let me have my back with my mentor. That's how I felt. Frank Wright is his name. I'm sorry, Frank Wright.
Yeah, Frank.
Frank Wright would have been good. Yeah,
They should have went and got Frank Wright. At least if he was going to go down and he was going to die, you go down and you die with Frank Wright. That's how you go down.
Do you think AJ Brown's issues with the team is finally solved, or do you think since he got a new contract, do you think it's solved? Because he had to get that bag, but do you think he's going to be a problem this year like he was last year, or you think it's going to blow over?
I think it's still going to be a problem because it's still a new offense. So I think it's still going to be a problem. I don't think it's going to be as like when I seen it happen in the Minnesota game in week 2, everybody told me, "Oh, then he's just passionate. That's all it is." I said, "No, we running the ball too well." DeAndre Swift had 175 yards that game. Like this is not when he's supposed to be over there yelling and anything like that. Nobody's supposed to see him emotional like that. I said that week 2. Everybody was like, "No, this is part of the game." Then this is what I said. No, this is not what happens in Philly. Philly has the same problem. When we get a wide receiver, it's something about we just want to put labels on them and destroy them and make them, enemies instead of embracing them.
Sure.
Just here to tell you.
Yeah, I do.
But I wish nothing but good things. I wish nothing but good things for the Eagles this year. I'm excited about this season. I want the schedule to hurry to come out because I don't want nothing to line up. I want to see where I'm going. And then I'm going to tell my job what days I ain't going to be there. And since I'm telling them earlier if they got a problem with it, oh well, I gave you more than a 2 weeks notice. All right, I'm trying to let you know you got to get somebody else here because I ain't gonna be here. All right.
We'll make sure you make a trip to Baltimore because we.
Oh, I'm making that trip. Y'all gonna be there?
Holla at us. We might have to make something happen.
We may have to make that happen.
We definitely can make something happen.
Yeah, we might have to collab though,
I'll
brother.
be there, man. Me and BJ gonna be down there. We gonna be there. I'm trying to hit the tailgate, man. Y'all gotta introduce me to the tailgate.
Oh, for sure, then. That Ravens Walk tailgate, man, is something for real.
Yes, it is.
I gotta see. I might be out there dancing with y'all dance team. I see how they be kicking it, boy. They be seven. I might got you out there dance with them. You know what I mean?
Man,
can we get your opinion on the Jared Goff deal? He got paid today. Do you think he's the answer for the Lions to get them over the hump? I mean, just 2 years ago, they was ready to kick him out of town too.
I don't think Detroit was going to kick him out of town 2 years ago. I just think it's just Detroit. I think he deserved the money, but the only thing I was sitting there thinking about is, well, then what you doing with Hendon Hooker? That was my whole process. If y'all don't know, I'm a Tennessee Volunteers fan as well. So just the football team. Let me get that out of the way. But yeah, I just want to know what you doing with Hendon Hooker. Like at this point, I think the Raiders should call up and just ask about Hendon Hooker. Is he available? Can we get him? But Jared Goff has played very good football the last 2 seasons. So I'm not mad at Jared Goff, especially the second half of the last season is where he was playing really good. It started off a little shaky, but the second half of the last, not this season in the past, but the season before that, when they went on that run and almost made the playoffs, he was playing really good. And then last season, he went into an MVP form. So I expect nothing but good things out of Jared Goff. Jared Goff is the engine that makes Detroit run because they have a very young team. He's like the old head on the team, for real, for real. Everybody else they got is young.
Yeah, it's a 4-year deal worth $212 million over those 4 years, $170 million guaranteed. He will be 34 when the deal expires. He will be the highest paid player in franchise history, $53 million per year average. Cavante, I want to go to you, man. The price only goes up for these QBs, and anything you're looking forward to with the schedule with your Commanders?
It's definitely up. I saw a post that had the top 5 annual earners for quarterbacks, and I believe it was Burrow, Golf. I know Hurst was up there, Lamar Jackson was up there, and I think that was it. I think that was it. Because I looked at it, I said 4 of them. 4 of the top 5 guys have been to a championship game, and 3 of them been to the Super Bowl at one point in their career. So and then Justin Herbert was like in the middle randomly, but it's only up for these quarterbacks, and I think Jared Goff absolutely deserved that money because he had the Detroit Lions in the NFC Championship. When last time folks said that? Early 90s. About 30 years ago.
And
A
even
little bit more
early
than 30 years
'90s,
ago.
they were just talking about playoffs. It wasn't even about no championship like that, man. Whew.
He was
That's
up
the
in
highest paid QBs. I'm going to pull that up for you.
gosh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we got Joe Burrow at 55. Yeah,
Sheesh.
Joe Burrow at 55 million, Jared Goff 53 million, Patrick Mahomes 52.65 million. That will be higher one day, probably next year. Justin Herbert 52.5, Lamar Jackson 52, Jalen Hurts 51, Kyler Murray 46.1, Deshaun Watson 46, Kirk Cousins 45, and Josh Allen 43 million.
So they didn't have Patrick Mahomes in there. I think they still had him at his old rate, which was like 45. But
Yeah, he
but
did
pretty
just
much
reschedule, restructure.
right. So now this is probably a little bit more up to date. But yeah, that's pretty much what I and even if you push Jalen Hurts out and put Patrick Mahomes in, it still stands. 4 have been in championship games and Justin Herbert. And then there's Justin Herbert. Now, and what was your question as far as the schedule? What am I looking forward to?
Yeah, we'll be here Wednesday too. By the way, everybody, we'll be here. Got a double duty schedule and some wrestling, so it'll be a fun night Wednesday. But yeah, anything you're looking forward to seeing? I know you come here to Baltimore, maybe when that game is. So it's not cold, so you can come out, so we can go out to the game.
Yeah. We going. I always joke. Well, not joke, because I'm serious, but about the cold weather, because I really don't like it. But if it's going to be at M&T Bank, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I'll make whenever it is. I'll join the good brothers of the Flex Zone to and fellowship and let's see what happens. Let's have a good time.
Yes, sir.
Put that y'all can hold me to that one. Y'all can hold me to that one. I'll make it happen. But so it's gonna be interesting when our opponent, like when we play certain opponents. It's already up we gonna play the Bears. we gonna run it back with the Bears. You have to now because it's number 1 versus number 2. It's Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels. So I don't know when we're gonna play the Bears, but
Hey, Carlton, that might be a Thursday night affair. You know how they like to do that.
I think they're gonna make it a night game. So yeah, but yeah, I remember what happened last time we played the Bears on Thursday night. It was not a good showing, but it's going to be a night game of some sort, probably Thursday night. Because you got Caleb Williams, Jay Daniels, number 1, number 2. You know that, so that's going to be hype. That's going to be prime time. Like I said, in some shape or form, it's going to be a night game. I'm looking forward to. We play New Orleans Saints. Looking forward to when that game is, but it really doesn't matter what time of the year because it's probably I think the New Orleans game is on the road if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. You have Dallas, New York, Philly, New Orleans, Tampa, Baltimore, Arizona, Cincinnati on the road, and at home, Chicago, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Carolina, Atlanta, Philly, New York, Dallas.
So
pretty interesting.
This so I will say this because I remember we talked about this before. I think the win total is like 6.5. So I'm sprinkling a little something on the over. A little something on the over because I was like we get 7. I was like I think we could get I think we could get 7. But playing the AFC North, it's going to be tough. Yeah, you say we got Pittsburgh, Browns, and of course the Ravens, and you know what I'm saying, and the Bengals. So it's all with the Bengals is all in who's the quarterback. Is Joe Burrow going to be there or not? I'm interested to see when we play these opponents. The ATL game is going to be fun. I almost much rather be in Atlanta because it's gonna be crazy. But that's cool. They can come up here for that game. We already know that NFC East get down is always gonna be a dogfight. Somehow, some way, we always play the Eagles the best. I don't understand. One thing I do not understand, but we'll lose to the Giants. I don't get it. But I'm hoping things would shift this year. But yeah, these gonna be some very interesting matches. We have we're playing against the best division and we're playing the worst division because we got the NFC South and then we have the AFC North. So we can break close to even. We will have the opportunity to break close to even when it's all said and done.
Go ahead, Raj. Any thoughts from the Ravens' perspective? Do you look forward to as we see these schedules come out?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what day they play Dallas because that's where I want to be at. That's the away game that it's going to probably be really packed and probably going to be extremely fun to travel to. So our good friend Rashawn loves to go to Dallas, so I'm pretty sure he'll be there for the game, rooting for Dallas and the Ravens. But that's a game I want to go to. Another game was the Buffalo Bills. I know they come here. The last time we played them, it was a close game. We gotta beat them as well. I think they beat us the last 2 times, if I'm not mistaken. So I definitely want some revenge on the Buffalo Bills if we can get it. The Eagles is going to be an interesting game. Definitely want to see what Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson do against each other. I think is this their first matchup ever? I believe.
I think so. Definitely a
Yeah,
starters for sure.
I think they ever played
first
each
time.
other, so I definitely want to see that matchup. Of course, Kansas City. We already discussed that. The Chargers, brother versus brother. You know that's going to be fun as well. The Harbaugh brothers going against each other. I think the last time they went against each other was the Super Bowl back in New Orleans 12 years ago. So that's going to be fun to see as well. Houston Texans, they loaded up this offseason.
Man, boy, oh boy, did they.
They got a lot of new pieces, a lot of new weapons. They're going to be stacked. That should be interesting as well. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow is back. You know, T Higgins should be playing, so we'll be seeing them boys. The Pittsburgh Steelers got extremely better on this off season, adding 2 new quarterbacks and some new weapons as well. So that definitely should be interesting. The Vegas Raiders, that game, I'm not gonna downplay it because the coach, what's his name?
Antonio Pierce,
AB,
Mr.
AB.
Antonio
Pierce.
Pierce. Antonio, yeah, he got that team rolling. So they're going to be tough as well. This entire schedule is just going to be extremely tough.
I
There is
agree.
no gi- there
That's
is
why I
no
have no
gimme.
expectations.
There really is no gimme game this year. To be honest with you, there wasn't really no gimme game last year either. It just to be honest with you, the schedule kind of worked in our favor because a lot of teams got hurt and we were healthy the entire year. Not sure if that's going to happen this year, but it like Byron said, is there's just no gimme games. There's no expectations really. I know a lot of people are hoping that we get back to the AFC Championship game. I mean, it can be done, but it is going to be a long hill climb. Just our division is like completely tough, and the teams that we play is extremely tough. But like I said before, I'm looking forward to mostly the Dallas game because I'm going to it. Hopefully, I get to go to another away game this year. Maybe Tampa Bay, depending on when they play, or the Charger game, depending on when they play.
Ooh, Chargers will be tough so far.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you
but
got
remember
Houston.
last year, but
You got
last
Houston. You
year
got New York, Raj. That's a 3-hour drive. You got Cleveland, and Cincinnati isn't far. I mean,
yeah, I don't care to see New York, and I don't really
Okay.
care to see. Yeah, I don't care to see New York. I don't care to see Pittsburgh or Cleveland. I mean, they all come here, so I don't care to see none of those teams. But and I don't want. Honestly, I don't want to see Kansas City because that's the first game that I'll be pissed off, and I'm good. But the Dallas game and the Charger game or the Buccaneer game, I'm down for. Even Houston, I'm down for that as well. But yeah, man, it's
Dennis, I
gonna
want
be
to
it's gonna be it's
go ahead. Go
gonna be
ahead.
interesting. It's gonna be pretty interesting, like I said before. I really want to see what the schedule looks like Wednesday. I was hoping it came out last week, but it didn't, and I'm really anxious, man, because I'm hoping that none of the games that I want to go to fall on homecoming weekend. The away games, I mean, for Morgan, because we didn't get a homecoming last year, and I would hate for that Dallas game to be like homecoming weekend. I'd be like, damn, I gotta miss homecoming again. So it is what it is, though. It's gonna be like I said, it's gonna be no gimme games at all. Even the Denver game might be tough as well, depending on who the quarterback is, but. Yeah, man, it's gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be a lot of fun, um, a lot of head scratching probably, and then what's is gonna have his work cut out for him. Zach Orr is gonna have his work cut out for him because they're gonna be coming at him, just like they did McDonald last year. Well, not last year, but the year before last when he was the first year defensive coordinator, and he struggled a little bit. It's gonna be the same way with Zach Orr. So. I don't really expect anything from the Ravens this year, but I just hope that we can get into the playoffs and hopefully go on a run. But we'll see.
Man, you
Dennis,
know the AFC Championship is it, man.
Yeah, man. I be getting teased all day, man, from various people. Not Q. Q's not one of them, but a lot of people are like, wow, man, god damn, yeah. Y'all was in the AFC Championship game. Like, what happened? I'm like, you know what happened, man. You saw the game. Don't give me that crap. People should be playing games, man. But yeah, it's a rough one, man. It's a rough one. Dennis knows he was in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. It's rough when you come this close and you don't win. It's extremely rough. But hopefully we get back there.
Dennis, I got the Eagles opponents up. I'm sure you already know, but what do you think about when you look at this schedule? I know we know the first game's in Brazil. Got your NFC East opponents. You got your you go to New Orleans. You play the AFC North with the Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, and Browns. Got a trip to Jacksonville. Looks like. What else? Of course, you got, like I said, your divisional games. Go to Tampa again, rematch from the playoffs. What do you think about the schedule, man? This looks pretty favorable for you guys, in my opinion, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I don't take no games for granted. We lost to the Jets last year without Aaron Rodgers, and so I don't take no games for granted. Just want to let y'all know that. Um, but I'm definitely looking forward to each and every game. I wanted the Atlanta game to be in Atlanta because last
Word.
time I was in Atlanta, it was like a home game. And I don't know if y'all ever been to Atlanta Atlanta Falcons Stadium, but it's cheap to get in there. Just want to let you know that. All right, one of the cheapest stadiums I've been to. It's cheap to get in there. You have a good time. Very welcoming crowd. Had a good time. I talked a lot of trash. I had a great time. That's where I
Well,
wanted to
let's
be, but it's going to be in Philly. So, and we got Green Bay. We start the season off with Green Bay. We haven't beat Green Bay in a home opener in a while. We lost to Aaron Rodgers' Green Bay. We also lost to Brett Favre's Green Bay. So I don't know how this is going to go. This one is in Brazil, and we playing against Jordan Love. How the hell Green Bay get 3 straight good quarterbacks? I have no idea.
That shit
I got to
crazy.
give them their props.
That's crazy.
Got to give them their props. Yeah, I got to give them their props, man. They just did what they're supposed to do. But
I
that New
mean,
Orleans game, I'm thinking about going to that. That's why I said I want to know where the schedule's going to be at because I want to go to New. I love going to New Orleans. This will be my first time going to single, so I'm gonna have to rename myself the Big E.
no shade to Drizzy, but Green Bay be grooming their quarterbacks. You know,
Okay.
no shade though, no shade to Drizzy, of course.
I do
Listen,
have.
quick up thing about that beef. I understand that is a beef and it's going on, but even if that song "They Not Like Us" wasn't part of the beef, it's still the best song to come out this year. Even if you
Word.
wasn't talking about Drake, it's still the best song to come out this year. That's the way I feel. They Not Like Us. If he wasn't saying a word about Drake, is the best song to come out this year. That's the way I feel.
This is
It
probably
does
the
clap.
worst year of rap music in my entire life. That's not saying much because I don't have a long lifespan.
Well,
But
last year wasn't that good either. The last year,
yeah,
the
it's
best
been
2
kind of
albums
bad.
to come out of rap music last year was Killer Mike and Gunna.
Yeah,
They
that's
had the
that's
best 2 albums last
I
that's
couldn't argue with you, brother. I really can't argue with you. You are, especially with the Killer Mike thing. Shout out to him. He deserves his flowers. But yeah, I
year.
could.
Yes, deserve all
It's
the
been down. It's really been down. I don't know what the hell they're doing. But rap beef brings clicks and views and numbers. Now you see people number one, songs number one on the hip hop charts. It's all part of the plan, Dennis. But we can talk about that off air. We got our theories. Uh, let, let's get to the NFL. I got one more note because I do want to touch on some NBA. Let's get into the NBA stuff. We got a Week 16 Saturday game purchased by NBC Universal. They have purchased an additional late December game to show in the 2024-2025 season. It will run on 12/21 on NBC, Telemundo, and Rogers' favorite streaming service, Peacock, with the 12/22 Sunday Night Football broadcast the next day as well. So on Week 16, we'll have a double or triple header, and we'll also have the NFL going head to head with 3 college football games on that day, as they'll be pushing towards the playoffs. We know their playoffs have expanded. So more football, and it looks like the NFL is just going up against anybody. They don't give a damn.
Oh, so y'all felt like that too when they did that last year on Christmas?
Yeah. Yeah, they don't
yeah.
give a damn. And they're doing
Okay,
Christmas
I
again
thought
this
it
year.
was
Dennis,
just
on Wednesday.
right.
They're
But
doing
I
Christmas.
stepped in. I was like, I said, if I'm the NBA commissioner, I'm stepping in the NFL office. Yo, what you doing?
Bro, what's
It's my
up?
holiday. What's up, yo? I'm like, yo, exactly. I'm like, yo, what's up? It's my holiday, yo. What you doing? Then they came back and slapped them on Martin Luther King Day. Come on, dog. Dog. These are our
Did you say
holidays, dog.
slap? Did they do this? Hold on, let me see if they do this to the NBA. Let's see. Did they tell them who their daddy is? Hold on, let me
Damn. So Roger Goodell did it.
Uncalled for. Absolutely uncalled for.
For as long as I've been watching basketball, Christmas is a basketball holiday. Now, if I'm the NBA, since you want to touch holidays, maybe it's time for me to start touching holidays. Maybe it's time for me to play on Thanksgiving.
I agree.
Maybe
Right.
it's time for me to.
I
Maybe
agree
it's
with
time for me to show you what Black Friday really look like.
exactly. It's gonna be black. It's gonna be extremely black. What's up? What's up, Byron?
You want to start touching holiday? I can touch some holidays. Don't touch no feelings now.
Are you excited for more football on Peacock? But this one will be on NBC as well, so it's not exclusive. But I do think we'll get another one of those exclusive playoff games. I'm sure we'll get all the details again. And the NBA, we'll get to that. Might be in on Amazon Prime. There's a lot of goofiness going on. But go ahead. You like that?
No, I don't, man. I mean, come on. I mean, do we need another? Do we have to? What is going? Look, okay. I was watching, my good friend, my good brother Whitlock. You know, like I was telling y'all on, like I was telling y'all yesterday, he had on Papa.
Yeah. Get close.
Look, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I know people can't stand Jason Whitlock. Look, he is very entertaining though. But he had on Papa John's, man. I had to watch it because Papa John's is canceled by every damn body. But anyways,
Not
he was
by you,
talking about
though. Not by you.
no, well, of course not. But he don't own the stores anymore. It's Shaq, but it's neither here nor there. But he was talking about Roger Goodell and how much of a snake that he is, and how much of a money hungry bastard that he is, and all this other type of stuff. And I gotta agree with you, man. I gotta agree with him because I mean, why would you do that with the NBA? Like, why would you take Christmas Day? What is we going on Germany? We going to France? Well, we going to London. We going all over. We will be WWE now. That's what this is. WWE, NFL. We going all over the place, taking people's spots, taking people's lunch money, taking everything. And it's like, bro, we don't need it. We don't need another a game on Peacock. We had a playoff game on Peacock as well too, I believe, right?
Yep.
It was the Chiefs and Dolphins. I don't like it at all. I wish the games were just on NBC, NFL Network, and ESPN. I just wish those games was just stay on those networks. I hate having to travel on a whole different platform to find an NFL game, and it just really sucks, man. It does. And the league is about money. We know that they're very money hungry. They're gonna pretty much boost up the tickets next year for home games, and away games. I'm pretty sure because because thanks to Taylor Swift, they made over $340 million, I believe, last year alone because of her appearances by them. So yeah, man, it's whack. It's whack, bro. It is extremely whack, but it is what it is. This is the world we live in. The NBA is going to do the same thing. They're about to do the exact same thing. You might not see no TNT after these next couple of years. So if you're watching Kenny, Shaq, Charles, and Ernie, you better watch them now because it's going to be it for them. If TNT does not get a new deal, this is going to be it.
Cravante, any thoughts on that, man? We're going to have a lot of football on. I mean, we love football, but damn, can we all get along?
I think Roger Goodell in the NFL just told everybody, I don't care if y'all tucking y'all chain, we still gonna try to snatch it. Well, not try to snatch it. We are gonna snatch it. And
damn, they Debo now?
Yo, they Debo for sure now, because you expanding in a spot where you're forcing competition. At one point it's like, all right, y'all got that holiday, y'all got this holiday, cool, let's rock with that. You openly competing with college football, and isn't the playoffs expand next year, right? Well, this year.
No. Well, also
this year, right?
Well, this coming season, it'll be in January, though. Yes.
So this upcoming season,
Yes.
why? Why? You're just doing it because you could, and I'm just saying. And I wish. And D Holmes has a point. You might want to start touching other holidays, the NBA. But the only thing about the NBA is that the star power seems to be dwindling a little bit. It has to boost back up, because remember, Christmas Day was the day. Like that's when the season started. That's when folks really started tuning into the NBA. Was Christmas Day. But my gosh, I don't know what it is. Like NBA is struggling with, and it's probably Anthony Edwards right now, but they've been struggling with who's going to get the torch after LeBron. And I think that's kind of part of it. Once they figure that part out, I'm all for seeing let's see what Turkey they talk about. Let's see what Black Friday talking about. I'm all for that because you want competition. Let's do the competition thing. And again, love football, love watching. I love all the sports. But Roger Goodell in the NFL just said, yeah, let me get that. Just Michael Crabtree them. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a bit much, but we'll see how it plays out. But Rod, you got a point. I'm tired of going to these different platforms to watch the game. It's a bit much, but between Amazon, Peacock, Amazon Prime, they all trying to get a piece of the pie. And as long as NFL getting a whatever percentage cut out of it, they go run it.
Disney Plus even had a damn game, I think 2 years ago, I believe. It was on Disney Plus. I'm like, what is going on? But not just that though. But Roger Goodell did say
I think it was like a Toy Story broadcast.
Nickelodeon, that happened.
Nickelodeon had the game. Yeah, they're gonna keep doing that because you gotta think as a business. As a business, you gotta think. Well, we already had Fox such and such. Let's get different TV deals and get it out there. If you look at NBA, the NBA had a NBA basketball game on BBC. I was like, what the hell? Like. I'm gonna tell you another one. I was watching the Phillies. The Phillies was on Apple TV. I said, "What the fuck? What is going on here?" But then I had to sit back and think about it. Everybody trying to get their hand in to get a piece of the pie because if you get a sports channel, you get some live sports. That's what everybody's gonna be watching live sports. Like I got cable. Let me just say that I got some type of cable, and I only use it to watch live sports. I don't use it to watch live TV because I have an on-demand feature on there as well where I can watch all the shows I watch. I don't watch none of my shows live. I watch them all on demand. I don't like too many commercials personally. So that's why I do that. But that's all it is. It's the only thing I watch live is sports and pay-per-views. That's it.
My question, Roger Goodell did say this. That the NFL is going to have an 18 game. Now, what year that's going to happen? Probably pretty soon, maybe in the next couple of years. But they're going to take the NBA All-Star Game weekend, make them push their thing back.
The whole weekend.
That's what I'm saying. They're bullying you.
Bullying them. Like, look, this is our weekend now. We want to travel on Monday, now. President's Weekend. We want President's Weekend so everybody can have a Monday off instead of y'all having it. That is insane, man. But that's the NFL for you, though. So, and of course, they can't. The players can't deny an 18 game at this point because they're making money at the wazoo, and of course, they're adding more player safety to the game with the new helmets they're going to have out this year.
You get that Mega Millions, we get in the Ravens game, and I'm going to be reporting live. And I'm going to be reporting live.
Yes, sir. We claiming that, brother.
Be there like Tyrone Couple. This is Tyrone Couple live from the Baltimore Ravens Stadium. Lamar Jackson. How was that game performance from you, sir? I'll be in there. Tyrone Couple.
Oh man,
that's Jamie Foxx show for those that don't know.
Yes, underrated show. Shout out to the Jamie Foxx show. Let's get to this NBA stuff. I guess we'll start on the West Coast. We'll start with the Lakers, and then we'll get into the playoff bracket. I don't know who wants to take this first because I just thought this story was very goofy when I read the title. Lakers have begun calling head coach candidates. And
the hell does that mean?
How long?
What does that mean?
So they haven't been calling people before or interviewing people?
There is no candidates.
JJ
no
Redick, Raj.
No.
JJ Redick is going to be
he
a
is
coach.
not a candidate. He is not a candidate. He is a candidate, but he is not a candidate for the Los Angeles. This
You
whole
sure?
situation is ridiculous. By the way,
You a Lakers fan, so go ahead.
Look, I'm not going to go on a full-fledged rant because I'm really sick of my franchise right now. They let go of Darvin Ham when they shouldn't have done that. He took him to the Western Conference Finals last year. You should at least give him another opportunity because he lost 3 or 4 players. Christian Wood, Vanderbilt, Vincent came back, but 2 weeks before the playoffs started. It makes no sense that you fire him because they was in every game with Denver. They was up by 10 points in every freaking game, and they lost 2 games by buzzer beaters. So it's I'm not firing him. On top of that, you fired Frank Vogel, who won you a championship in 2020, and in the next year that he gets a chance to, defend it, LeBron and AD gets hurt. So it's and of course you bring in Russell Westbrook, who's not a good fit for the team. So you allow him to just walk out the door for Darvin Ham. So I'm I just don't understand where this team is going at right now. There isn't any real candidates. They say JJ Redick is a leading candidate. How is JJ Redick a leading candidate to be a head coach?
Well, Coach Bud, Raj just went to the Suns. Y'all snoozed and lose on him.
He hasn't been an assistant coach anywhere.
Coach Bud's with the Suns.
He is an ESPN show, is what he is at this point. I don't want him coaching my basketball team, especially my Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron is older than him. I don't want him at all. That's ridiculous. And who else is out there? I mean, what you gonna bring back Frank Vogel? I mean, he's out there now. I doubt you do that. With Darvin Ham ain't coming. You already done fired his ass. This whole situation is ridiculous. Mike Budenholzer just got picked up by the Suns, so he's not an option. Don't want Doc Rivers. Stay away from him. Unless the hair on his head comes back, I don't want him at all. Period. But it's just
I can still coach.
Yes, Devontae. Yes, that ridiculous voice.
Hey, man, I can still coach. All right.
But I'm gonna let you go, Dennis, in a minute. But I'm sick of the Lakers, man. I really am. I'm tired of this team at this point. To be honest with you, LeBron, you can go, man. If you're gonna bring in JJ Redick to be your head coach, you might as well go. You was in Cleveland tonight. You might want to go back with the Cleveland Cavaliers and join.
He was recruiting Donovan Mitchell. He's recruiting Donovan Mitchell for you.
No,
Which Paul?
No, stay in Cleveland. Do yourself a favor. Stay in Cleveland.
Go ahead, Dennis.
I just want to know how long you been a Lakers fan? I just want to know.
I've been a Lakers fan since '99.
Okay, so you were there when they fired Phil Jackson.
No, I was there when they hired Phil Jackson. That's when they first hired.
But you was also there when they fired Phil Jackson.
Yes, I was there when they fired Phil, and I thought that was ridiculous too.
And then Frank Vogel won the championship, and they fired his ass. Remember that?
Yes.
Y'all firing coaches. I'm just telling you, this is the Laker way. Y'all really don't give a damn.
We don't. Clearly.
Y'all really don't give a damn. And this is the Laker way. Y'all got 17 banners. Well, I guess y'all say y'all got 19 banners now. Because it was 18, so now it's 19 because y'all won the tournament.
We're not playing. We're not doing this.
That thing does not. That's a half a championship.
What did I say? What did I say right? What did I say right?
It's 25% of a championship, is what that is. It's not even half.
I'm just saying, y'all fired Derwin Ham because he lost to the Denver Nuggets, who looked like the Denver Nuggets about to go win another championship. So he lost to a championship team twice in the playoffs, and y'all fired him for that reason. I'm just here to tell you, do you really need experienced coaching? Is what I want to know. Because it looked like a lot of these coaches that y'all just keep picking up, y'all like at the time. Now, I truly believe that Adrian Griffin deserves a second chance. Will he get it? I don't know.
I agree with that. That I agree with.
He deserves a second chance. Will he get it? I don't know.
But that's not even fair for him to have a second chance because he didn't do bad with his first.
Well, I know what happened with his first. I'm going to tell you what happened with his first. He went to Giannis and said, "Yeah, your brother got to go." And Giannis got pissed off and said, "No, you got to go. Thanos is going nowhere. You got to go." So Thanos ass got to go. Thanos ass got to go. All right, you take him out with the trash because he's trash. All right,
Hey,
Thanos ass got to go.
He gave him that nice African voice too. No, you got to go.
yo, ain't that up for a contract? Ain't he up for a contract too?
He's gonna be out for the entire next season, I believe, because I think he tore his ACL or something.
Listen,
So,
that's the kind of power. That's the kind of power Giannis got. Giannis got that kind of power. You are not getting rid of my brother.
What he was doing, jumping up and down on the sideline, cheering for his brother. That's how he got hurt.
I think he tore his ACL trying to give somebody.
He wiped the boogie. Listen, he is there to do all the stuff that's needed. Wipe boogies out his nose. Make sure if a fight start with him, he's there to protect them.
That's goofy.
He's there for all types of stuff like that. All right.
Cravante, what the hell is going on with this man? And I want to get to this next Lakers story, but go ahead.
I'm just here to tell you.
Look where we are in the NBA. Usually back in the day, you wanted to coach the Lakers just because of the prestige that it brings. And now look where we are now. The Lakers got to call people and players like, well, I'm sorry, not players, people like JJ Redick is a top candidate. Like, this is crazy, crazy times. I feel like the cornerstone franchises shouldn't be looking that damn hard or that damn far for a coaching candidate. Now, is it LeBron? Is LeBron? Is that part of the reason why, you know, it's not nobody's beating down the doors to the Los Angeles Lakers? Is it Genie? What is it? The front office? What is it? Because I've never like heard this be a story. This is a storyline. This is a legit storyline. Calling head coaching candidate. This is crazy now. But this is part of the reason why I was talking about star power. They got to get this straight because now the Lakers don't even feel like the Lakers no more. Superstars ain't superstar like they used to. They need to get that together before we get Black Friday and Thanksgiving. Because we're going like this. These ratings be low, man. NBA ratings be low. Be low.
On the low.
Women's college basketball is killing right now. And NBA is like low. They ain't been as low since OJ. Too soon?
Too soon.
Go ahead, Dre. I know you back. But go ahead, before I get to Dre.
What did OJ have to do with the NBA? Wait a minute.
I'm just saying that's when they cut it off to OJ because wasn't nobody watching anyway.
That is true. You're right.
They cut the game off. They cut the NBA finals off to watch OJ to watch the chase.
To watch the OJ trial. That was
well,
true.
I mean,
were
we really banging down the door? I mean, at that time, who was it? It was
the Knicks.
It was the Rockets and the Knicks.
The Bulls and the
Rockets. That was a good series.
And they
that ain't what the viewership said.
Well, also remember Jordan was retired, I think, around that time too. So they
because the Rockets got to when Jordan was gone.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
So I mean, where do you even start with this whole Lakers thing? I'll admit it is kind of it is goofy that JJ Redick could possibly be a coach, and I'm not saying that he can't be a coach, but the issue is
head coach.
But
the head guy?
But I don't think this is not like you said. Not this job shouldn't be the job if you're gonna be a first time head coach, and Lakers haven't really had a good track record with their first time head coaches. I mean, Darvin Ham, who just went to a Western Conference Finals, he you see he got the boot because he didn't make it out the first round, and that's not his fault. You lost to the defending champs. Right now, the Lakers are willing to do whatever it takes to keep LeBron. So I don't know what they're exactly planning on doing, if they're going to draft Bronny, if they're going to just pay LeBron whatever he asks to be paid, but they're willing to keep LeBron at all costs. The Lakers are. Whether that's hiring JJ Redick, I don't know. LeBron, with his first time head coaches, Ty Lue, he won a championship, but then when he left Ty Lue high and dry. David Blatt, he got the boot after the finals. So LeBron has had a really good track record with these first time head coaches for real. Uh, but the Lakers, they've been just a circus. Honestly speaking, even after Jim Buss, we thought, Raj, we thought for the longest time, we thought you get Jim Buss out of there, and this franchise would be turning around. But they still have been real shaky. And it's sad because you've had two of the greatest to ever do it in your franchise, being Kobe, and then has some down years, bringing in LeBron, and it's still just a all over the place franchise. And so I'm not sure moving forward, even with the circus of coaches that you have, who wants to take the job? Two, LeBron only has a few years left in him, and he's an older player, but yet LeBron is basically the team because Anthony Davis, though he's been productive, yes, he stayed healthy, but can you really trust Anthony Davis moving forward to be the guy when it's time and time again shown that LeBron has really been the guy, the one that makes the whole team better. So I'm not sure what this team will do moving forward. And then also, they've done the Suns, all this trying to appease your stars. You've affected your future. So you're not getting any real draft picks or any real, I can't think of any real free agents to come in there because uh, right now we're seeing history kind of reversing itself. You see, like these smaller market teams are the ones that are really doing good, not only in basketball but baseball too.
In life.
But we'll get to we'll get to baseball in a second. But I mean, honestly, this is just the facts of the facts. When you look at right now, when you look at OKC was the number one seed in the Western Conference. You had the Minnesota Timberwolves who are the number two seed right now, and both these guys, you got SGA, you got Ant Man. So these young guys who are like the next up and coming stars of the league, they're in the smaller market teams. I mean, you could even say that about Joker, who's the best player in the league right now. Giannis, one of the best players. They're all in these small market teams. They're not in the Miamis, the LAs. So the league has to really take a look at what they're doing, and the Lakers have to take a look at what they're doing because yes, you want to appease LeBron, but are you winning a champ? Are you doing the things necessary to win a championship? Because when you talk about a franchise like the Los Angeles Lakers, it's championship or bust. And right now, you haven't had a championship. And not only talking about championship or bust, but you also have one of the greatest players out there who's trying to get over the ghost or over the hump of Michael Jeffrey Jordan as well.
That ain't gonna
Well,
happen.
let's
But
quickly go ahead, Dennis, because I want to get to this Bronny thing. But go ahead, get your point, and we can transition to Bronny because I got his
no,
measurements
go
from
ahead
the
to the Bronny thing.
combine.
'Cause I only got
Yeah.
a couple minutes left, so let's go ahead to the Bronny thing.
Okay, well, we'll get Bronny and we'll get you out of here, brother. We appreciate you rocking with us, subbing in for Dre. But Bronny James was cleared for the draft, and the Atlanta Hawks win the NBA draft lottery. I got Bronny's measurements. I want to hear the crew talk about it because they are killing him on social media. But Dennis, what are your thoughts on Bronny? And I want to ask you about your Sixers too. Is it time to really move on from Embiid and Maxey, or they're going to build around those two?
I say you build around Embiid and Maxey. Let me let that out the way. But you got to get another big man in there to help out with Embiid and Mac to help out with them. And they all, I think we should groom another big man. And when I say groom, I mean I think we should go draft Zach Edey. That's exactly how I feel. You should go draft Zach Edey. He can
I'd
give you
love that. I
15
like
and
Edie,
10.
man. I like Edie, bro.
Right. Everybody keeps saying he can't defend, can't do this. Listen, we ain't got time for what he can't do. Let's work on his strengths. Because right now we ain't
Just
got
tell him put
nobody
his
that
hands.
can do
Put
what
his
he
hands.
can do. All right. Like that's the part. Then also, we're gonna need another scorer. Tobias is leaving. Thank God. And we need to go get a guy. I'm hoping we get two guys like DeMar DeRozan and Brandon Ingram. I'm hoping we get both of them. That'd be really good for us. And also give the max to Tyrese Maxey. I'm gonna start calling him Super Maxey. That's what I'm gonna start calling him. Super Maxey.
Hey,
We need to give him the
yes,
max.
sir.
Yeah, he's well worth every penny. And now with Bronny, on the other hand, let me just say this. I know Bronny ain't, if he do get drafted, gonna be in the second round. I know a lot of people like, oh, he shouldn't even be there. He should. I understand all that, but he's coming into this draft workout and he's working his behind off. He done hit 12 straight threes in the joint. He went around, he, ran, jumped, did everything he's supposed to do. He's cleared medically. Listen, if the kid wants to go out there and go to the draft, let him go to the draft.
So let me ask you also about your Sixers. You were talking about Embiid. Do you think that Embiid should stay, or should y'all trade Embiid?
I think he should stay. I was always saying trade him. You know what I was saying years ago, I said everybody on the Philadelphia 76ers is expendable, but Tyrese Maxey. That used to be my saying all the time. Everybody was expendable, Tyrese Maxey, but I think we should keep Embiid because I just don't want him to play a full season. I just want him to play his couple games, take them 25 games off that he usually does, but come back in the playoffs fully healthy. That's the only thing I want. I want you fully healthy in the playoffs because we're going to need every bit of you in the playoffs for us to get over the hump and win a championship. Should just try to get out of the second round. The New York Knicks out-rebounded the hell out of us this series. Like, it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Well, Dennis, I know you got to get out
I
of here.
was at, I don't know if y'all see my social media, but I was at the Philly Knick game on a Sunday, right? It was Sunday.
Oh, really?
And yeah, it was Sunday. And I realized that while I was sitting at that game, I looked around, I heard all the noise. I said, if a fight broke out in here with Knicks fans or Sixers fans, we would get our ass whipped. Ain't no fucking way.
Oh, you was at that game. Wow. Man, y'all ought to be embarrassed about that for real, man. That was embarrassing to have more.
Nah, I was there. I was, and you know me, I'm talking big boy shit. Sixers is 6. Y'all ain't shit for cheating this game too. I kept saying that walking around. They let me have it. I couldn't say nothing, but they let my ass have it. But it was all
Dennis, I know
fun.
you
There
gotta.
was
I
no
know you
ill
gotta get out of
intentions.
here.
It was all fun. It was all love. Yeah, I do got to
Yeah,
get
I
up
want
out
you
of
to
here. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, plug your
Of
stuff. I know
course,
you
man.
got multiple podcasts, and we're gonna have you back. I know you got
Yeah,
your crew with you.
I
We're
got
gonna have you back.
tomorrow, which is actually it's today, Tuesday, Talk Years Tuesday. Make sure y'all tune in to Talk Years Tuesday, on the Sam Sports Network and the End to Thinker podcast. Every every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. I got a show called The Side Joint, whereas though we'll touch on different subjects, but it won't be nothing sports related. It's called The
Big shout
Side
out to
Joint.
Sharon,
That's the name of the
the
show.
chocolate writer.
Yes, that's right. Sharon been on the show with y'all.
Yes,
I'm sorry, I
yes,
forgot.
multiple
Yeah,
times.
Chocolate
Yes, she'll
Writer's
be
been
back.
on the show with y'all. Every Wednesday. Don't forget to tune in to Wild Wednesday every Wednesday. Also on Tuesday, Wild Wednesday comes on 8 p.m. every Wednesday on the Sam Sport Network. Also on Tuesday at 6 o'clock, we have I'm losing track of Off the Top Sports coming on at 6 o'clock every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday. I'm also on Stay Tuned Network with the Stay Tuned fellas. They from the West Coast. And I'll be with them from 10 to 12. So I'd like to thank y'all for having me on. This was great. We gotta do this again. Hey, don't hesitate to hit my inbox, man. I'll come on. All right.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
for
We're gonna
sure.
make that Ravens Eagles game happen, brother. But check out Sam's Sports Multimedia. They have links to everything on YouTube. It's pinned in the chat. So big shout out, Dennis. We appreciate you, brother. Staying up late with us, and we know you're gonna be back, brother. From Philly to 215 to the 410, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
My God.
Make sure you guys check out Sam's Sports Multimedia for all your sports needs. Go over there, subscribe to those brothers, man. I know they got over 1,000 subscribers, but I know they're trying to get monetized. So go shout them out, show them some love, and support them, and tell them that the Flex Zone sent you, and we'll have them back on the show. But Rod, you want to happen on this Bronny thing? I want to bring the measurements back up because he did only measure 6'1", and he
Don't bring it back
is
up. Don't bring it back up.
okay 210 and a wingspan of 6'7". So undersized. I mean, they're sliding him on social media. We can read the comments. You can see him. They're saying he's a second rounder. But it's a weak draft, though. But how do you feel?
Be honest with you, I I don't think he should be drafted. Um, he's not ready yet. I think he only averaged like what 5 points, I believe, or something like that. Now, granted, this is not all his fault because he had a health scare and in the off season last year, and he had to go through some things. But I just don't think he's ready yet. I think he needs to go back to USC or maybe the G League and work on his game, work on his craft. Be a better player, and then come back next year to get in the in the NBA draft. But we already know that LeBron James wants him in the league, so what LeBron James wants, usually LeBron James gets. So LeBron will be in the league, probably in a Laker uniform. He might be the only pick the Lakers pick up.
Second round.
He'll be in a second. He'll be a second round pick. But I just don't think the young man is ready yet. I think it's a mistake, and I just think he needs another year to hone his skills in his game. But he's privileged, so it is what it is.
Okay, Dre. I mean, Cravante, you said don't put the numbers back up. I mean, I'm sure we'll probably at some point break down this draft. I don't know who's in this draft besides Bronny because I don't know most of these international dudes, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I usually do. We'll figure it out, but definitely Bronny probably will be one of those people we talk about. But I am a little underwhelmed. Not gonna lie.
Very much so. Just everything just been very underwhelming about his process. Like everything that he's been through, it's like it's just red flag after red flag after red flag. And then I swore he was like 6'4", like 6'1.5". I swore he was like 6'3", 6'4". I swore. And 6'1.5" is crazy. Because I just felt like, because his younger brother shot up past him. His younger brother about 6'7", 6'6". But I felt like they were so much closer in height, which led me to believe I thought he was like 6'4", 6'3" at the shortest. I don't think I agree with Raj. I don't think he's ready. It's a different game, and you didn't spend enough time on that middle level, that college level, and we didn't see enough let me say, I didn't see enough for me to be like, all right, he's ready for next level, because we've seen guys dominate on the collegiate level. It's like, all right, there ain't nothing else to be done here. It's time for you to go to the professionals, the professional ranks. We see it all the time. And LeBron James Jr., which is crazy because that's his name, but nobody calls him so. Bronny, I didn't see that. I didn't see him enough. Like, he played less games than Kyrie at this point.
Yeah, I'll get his stats in a second.
Because it's just I didn't see the impact of the game. I didn't. His talent didn't jump off the screen. And obviously, not saying that he does not have talent, because we know he does. But I'm just saying, to make this a crazy jump from playing how many games you will. Byron, you're looking it up now. Playing however many games he's played and jump right to the league is crazy. I don't think that's good for his development, because that means he's going to be learning a lot as he goes. How many games?
Hold on. He played. I'm getting it for you. Let me get the view right. But yeah,
he's going to be learning. He's going to be doing a lot of learning as he goes. And I just think that's going to make his professional career just rough altogether, because he's already LeBron James' son. So folks gonna come at his neck crazy just off the strength.
Yeah, he played in 25 games, but only averaged 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 36% from the field.
I mean,
I don't know, man. I guess he was there for 25 of them. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with everybody else. I think that he's not ready, but they're gonna make him ready. and even so, he'll probably come off the bench. He's not going to be a starter.
Right.
But then again, the draft has been so underwhelming that he could possibly be a starter. Um, but I just don't think he's ready, and I just don't feel like he's going to have a long NBA career. But then again, we've been wrong. I mean, I would like to be wrong. I want to see the kid win, but it just seems like from everything that just happened uh, in his first year of college, that he's just not there yet. And another year doesn't hurt, but because of the one and done rule, because of who his father is, uh, the fact that LeBron doesn't have much time, all that factors in, and then also the pressure of being the first father son duo in the NBA. All that pressure just accumulates to um, he may fold under the pressure, and it's sad because he should really have the potential to do some special things in the league, but may not because of everything that's transpired with him.
Raj, any thoughts as we get into this playoff bracket? As it looks like OKC is going to tie this series up. Thoughts on Bronny James? You want him?
Nah, man, I said what I said. I don't think he should be drafted now, but LeBron James is going to draft him because LeBron James gets what he wants. So
LeBron's
it
going
is
to
what
draft
it
him
is.
is crazy.
LeBron's going to draft him. He going to draft him.
He's going to announce the name and everything. Let's get to this playoff bracket, guys. As we see, Thunder have tied the series up 2-2. Denver has come
Yeah,
back, tied the series up 2-2.
yeah, it's
Pacers
done
and Knicks
because
are tied
PJ Washington
2-2.
couldn't make his free throws.
And the Celtics and Cavs, well, the Celtics have pushed the Cavs to the brink of elimination. No Donovan Mitchell tonight. They're up 3-1. I think that series is over like we predicted in 5. Raj, any thoughts on these games? I mean, Thunder Mavericks looks like it's going 7. Timberwolves Nuggets will probably go 7. Pacers Knicks may go 7, but the Celtics looks like they're going to cruise to the conference finals.
Well, Dallas blew a golden opportunity to go 3-1. But like I said before, I got Dallas winning the series, but the Thunder can always take it. So there's really no surprise there that's a 2-2 series. The Timberwolves and Nuggets, kind of surprising there because the Timberwolves beat the Nuggets on in their home court the first 2 games, and then the Nuggets came back, looked like themselves, beat the Timberwolves on their home court for 2 games. So that's a toss-up right there. It just depends on, will Anthony Edwards continue to score over 40, and will Cat show up? Will he actually start doing Cat-like things and helping him? Because if he doesn't, then we already know what the Nuggets is going to do. And the funny thing is, the Joker didn't even have a great game the last game. He had like a decent game. And Michael Porter, I think, only had 5 points. So take of that what you will. But we already know what the Nuggets can do, especially us Laker fans. We know what they can do. But the Celtics and Cavaliers, that series is over with. Donovan Mitchell is hurt. I don't see him coming back. The big man for the Cavaliers is hurt as well. Jared Allen, I think that's his name.
Yes.
He ain't coming back. So that series is a wrap. The Knicks and Pacers. The Knicks are getting hurt. I think almost everybody on the Knicks is hurt. It seems like. So the Pacers have a chance to steal this series. I still give the Knicks a little bit of a chance though, especially if they can get OG and an Obi back by game 6. But if they can't, it might be a wrap for the Knicks just because of health reasons. But other than that, I think that's pretty much the playoffs in a jiffy. But it's going to be a good game, game 5 between the Timberwolves and Nuggets, and probably a good game 5 between the Thunder and Mavericks. But we shall see with these. We shall see with the Pacers and Knicks. But we are, like I said before, the Celtics is going to probably win that series in the next game, and it's a wrap.
Make sure you guys hit that like button. Dre, how you feeling about this playoff bracket?
I'm liking it, especially the Western Conference. I mean, the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, one team, Timberwolves were up 2-0. Now it's tied 2-2. Dallas Thunder, they're tied 2-2. So this is very exciting, at least for the Western Conference. The Eastern Conference, we already know Boston is going to the finals. But again, a Tom Thibodeau team falling apart in the playoffs with injuries. And it's sad because the Knicks should be the team. You see that the Knicks are just a real superior team, but these young boys, they're not being coached as hard, and then you see the results. I mean, OG not being there, Randall not being there, so the accumulation of injuries just piling up for the Knicks. I would definitely love to see the Knicks and the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, but it looks like even Jalen Brunson with his foot injury, so it just looks like it's going to be Boston, Indiana, and Boston is going to, of course, take that. But watch out for Boston because they don't have Chris at Porzingis. In the West, I told you I've been wanting to see the Timbs and the Timbs and the Mavericks, but it's a toss up really because you don't know who you could see. So we'll see. But I've been happy, especially like some of these games that have been close, like these the Thunder and the Mavericks series, closer games. Sometimes these Timberwolves and Nuggets games have kind of gotten out of hand, but at least we have a series that's been down to the wire and close.
Good, Cavante. Big win by the Thunder, though. Most young teams may fold under that, so that showed me a lot tonight.
Yeah, because I was one to say that experience is the thing that's going to do them in, and they did well. They did well. So now this series is probably going to go to distance now because that crucial game 4 will drastically, depending on which way it go, will give you a good indication of how the rest of the series is going to go.
Mm-hmm.
If they would have went down 3-1, probably would have called it off at 5. But now it's a 2-2. It has a good chance of going 7 because now it's a 3-game series now. So the Thunder, and they're just proving why they were the number 1 seed, just sticking around and staying in games. I think, I think I'm very confident in saying that the Celtics are going to move on. I never thought the Cavs had much for them. But but like we said in the beginning, pretty much we all agreed that the Celtics are probably going to walk to the finals. I really don't see any team giving them a hard way to go on the way to the finals. So 5 games, and the next series is probably going to be 5 games too. Now the Timberwolves, I'll talk about them last. The Pacers and Knicks. This reminds me of the old Pacers and Knicks, how they used to go at it all the time, and all the games are typically close, the series are close. So this is probably going to go. Now it's 2-2. It's going to go at least 6, with a potential to go 7. But because of the injuries with the Knicks, the Pacers are probably going to take this series. I don't know if they're going with the next 2, but I think they're going to take the series. Now, to Timberwolves and Nuggets, I think whoever wins this series is probably going to win the championship. The Timberwolves came out crazy in 2 road games, but I think in the last 2 games, game 3 and game 4, the Nuggets just proved that they are the defending champions and they have the pedigree and the perseverance to get through this, because them young boys jumped on them. Them young boys definitely jumped on them. And Anthony Edwards continued to jump on them. Even though they lost game 4, Edwards had a 45-5 game. You know what I'm saying? And Anthony Edwards and the T-Wolves are not done. They delivered the first 2 hits, and they got punched in the mouth. Game 3 and game 4. The Nuggets went into a hostile environment and took 2 games. That's what champions do. And MVPs do. They found a way to win. And shout out to Jamal Murray, because he was playing like a man possessed in that game 4. And like you said, I think it was Rod that said Jokic, this wasn't even a typical Jokic game. You know what I'm saying? So That's what champions do. They find a way to win. So, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Nuggets pull this out after being down 0-2. But this series probably going to go 7 games, and I can't wait to see how it unfolds.
Let us know your thoughts on the playoff bracket as we're inching closer to the conference semifinals and the final start June 6th. Cavante, you ready to get goofy, my brother?
Hey, man, let's do it.
Now you got a lot of ammo this week. You guys know what time it is. It's time for Cavante's Goofies of the Week.
Gosh, something wrong here.
Man. Welcome, good people, to Goofies of the Week, sponsored by the Flex Zone. Appreciate you guys for giving me a little bit of time to let me tell the good people what I thought was goofy this particular week.
Well, now that's goofy.
There it is. So I, like Byron said, I've been sending you guys different goofy articles, different goofy videos pretty much throughout the week. And I'm gonna pick from a couple of them. I talk about goofiness in general. I used to do a high level, low level, but it's just all goofy in general. So I'm gonna just roll it up into one. But there are I have a couple. I definitely have a couple this week. And I'm trying to figure out which ones I want to tackle first. I think I'll tackle the funny one first. So I guess if I was doing like I was back in the day, this would be a low level goofy, but all goofy nonetheless, because this has a potential to be very, very goofy, depending on how the other party responds. So I don't want this to play, but so I'm gonna read this headline. King Combs releases diss song aimed at 50 Cent and others speaking on his dad. I quote, "When all they had was 50 Cent, who put the city on the map?" End quote. It's probably not a good idea to play none of it, right? So I'll just talk about it. If your last name is Combs, you probably should be under a rock somewhere, because it's got a lot going on. We got a no Diddy hashtag new saying, and it's just not a good idea to be shedding light on anything or anybody with the Combs last name. Like, you really should be laying low. And of all people to be dissing, and Raj pointed this out earlier to me, there's still very much an investigation going on. And he's just saying F everybody, all this and that. It's crazy. Like, the timing is wild right now. But 50 Cent? Now, I'm not sure, Byron, Raj, I'm not sure how old King Combs is, but I'm not sure if he was around. Oh boy. I'm not sure if he was around for the debacle of Ja Rule's career, who had a crazy run. Ja Rule had a crazy run all the way up until, that point with, with Murder Inc. and all them.
Just turned
Run.
26 in April, by the way.
So if he just turned 26, that means he was born in 98?
Yeah.
98, late 90s. So Raj, when did that when that 50 Cent Ja Rule thing happen? It happened in the early 2000s, right?
2000. Well, yeah, actually it happened in 2000. But
you on mute, bro.
Am I still on mute?
No, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, it happened in 2000.
Byron, if y'all know, that was early 2000s.
He said 2000.
Like that.
He said 2000. 2000.
Yeah, 2000. Like literally, it happened in 2000.
Or am I muted?
It's 2000. You got us?
Yeah,
I don't know if you heard us. Okay.
Nothing. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
We can hear
I
you.
can't hear y'all. But anyway, let's say the early 2000s, right? So he was a youngin. So I don't know if he was aware of the massive meteor that he put on Ja Rule. And you know, we really ain't heard from Yo before his interview with the Drink Champs. With Noriega and them. I don't think you want to poke that bear because on the petty meter, there's low, medium, high, crazy high, and then it's 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want to get into that crazy back and forth beef or anything with Curtis Jackson. I just don't think that's good for you. I don't think that's good for your family. And I don't, and you know, it's like it's so funny because like we don't hear from King Combs. Well, let me not. I don't hear from King Combs. So this just come out of really left field, and he go at 50 Cent. Like he's not. Is he not familiar with 50 Cent's track record with the pettiness and the and on the music industry side of the game? Like I said, I think he was really young. I'm not sure if he was aware of the diabolicalness that he delivered to Ja Rule. So brother Combs, go ahead and go back into that go ahead and go back into that hole, go under that rock. And yeah, you shouldn't have did this. So now just go ahead, hibernate, and let's see where your father's situation ends up, because this is not the time to be talking and starting beef. This is not the time, because y'all got, it's a lot to talk about on y'all side. It's a whole lot to talk about. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend. Yeah, shouldn't do that. Get up out of there. Now the next one. All right, so this one's kind of crazy. Let me see. So, all right, so check this headline out. Can y'all still hear me, see me, and all that good stuff?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Cool. All right. Basketball coach at Orlando's Mont Sports Academy accused of using tuition money for vacations and OnlyFans subscriptions. Yep.
Say that last part again. Say that last part again. He was doing what?
He was stealing the kids' money. Yeah, I don't know what it is, Byron, but I can't. I don't know what the issue is, but I can't hear anything. Should I jump out and come back in, or what? Because I don't know what it is. I don't know why I can't hear. I don't know why I can't hear you. But OnlyFans, vacations. He's stealing money. But as long as it sounds good, I'll keep going. So this brother's name is Wilmont. Let me get his full name. Let me get the brother's full name. Roderick Wilmont, the head coach of the Mont Sports Academy in Orlando, was pump faking. Pump faking is crazy. Pump faking his players and their families, according to the Osceola County Sheriff's Office. The 40-year-old is accused of collecting thousands of dollars in tuition money and using them for gambling, personal vacations, and OnlyFans subscriptions among young athletes. And they go on to talk about a particular athlete who gave them like over $9,000 in the course of probably about 3 months. The young brother's name is Amani Drayton. And his father, Kyle Drayton, was he was. This was a place where they go to train to get scholarships and play ball at the next level. So basically, brother Roderick Wilmont, make sure I get his name right, brother Roderick Wilmont. Yep, was taking advantage of kids like Mr. Drayton and taking their money, and just being a scam artist, a snake, scheming, and all that good stuff. The brother is 40. So I'll give y'all some numbers. The program came with a high price tag. Kyle Drayton, Amani's father, shared bank statements and said more than $3,000 were paid last July to Wilmont. Less than a month later, another $2,000 was paid. And in a 3-month span, it was about $9,000. Investigators said Wilmot's bank statements showed deposits topping $45,000 some months, adding that the coach owes over $26,000 in unpaid rental costs at Champions Gate and Westgate resorts where the team stayed. What the hell? What are we talking about? What was the the one Bishop Sycamore? This is on that level. No, maybe not on that level, but it's in that ballpark because he was wild. He was definitely wild with his. But I think this brother Roderick Wilmont was on the same wave, selling dreams and taking money. Now, part of what makes this goofy is that he over there gambling the money, and he supporting OnlyFans. OnlyFans. That's what we doing, brother.
Yes.
That's your get down. You taking these kids, you taking these parents' money and giving it to OnlyFans, gambling, going on lavish vacations. This is absurd and absolutely crazy. And you just got to be very careful and aware of organizations and people that you put your trust and your money into, because not everybody's going to have the best of you or your child's intentions. So please do your research, because it's guys out there that like the Bishop Sycamore guy and brother Roderick Wilmont taking advantage of kids that want to make it to the next level and using that to his advantage and taking their money. It's absolutely not fair, and it's not right, and something absolutely needs to be done. And Dre, I probably can't hear you either, but what does Charlemagne say? Where all the crazy people at?
All of Florida and the Bronx.
In the Bronx. And this brother was in Orlando. Go figure. I mean, I wish I could do a tally mark of all the goofiness that we've seen from Orlando residents. This is absolutely crazy, absolutely absurd, and it's really and truly unfortunate. You got to do better. You absolutely have to do better by people,
for sure.
But those are my goofies, brother Roderick Wilmont, still in the people's money, and King Combs out there poking the bear at this point and dropping music like his family and father is not under investigation. The wildest thing ever. But those are my goofies. There's a thin line between goofy and great, and these people are on the wrong end of it. Got to do better. Got to do better.
Of course. Something wrong here.
Well, now that's goofy.
Thank you, Cavante, for that goofies of the week. Can you hear us, brother? See if Cavante can hear us. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But another episode in the books as we are getting ready to get out of here. Big week coming up. It was kind of slow last week. I'm not gonna lie, but big ride for those on social media and YouTube. What do they need to do if they're watching this video right now? And how can they support us? Big week coming up.
Hey man, if you're new to the channel, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, switch on over to YouTube, Flex Zone Podcast, hit that like, subscribe. If you're on X, you already know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe on the YouTube channel. It helps the algorithm, and it helps us make more content that you would like to see. So just check us out, man. We got plenty of content, plenty of things going on the channel. And like Byron said, it was slow, but we got the schedule releases on Wednesday. Stay tuned for that. Definitely gonna have a video, or we'll probably be live for that. And also, do you have a pay-per-view coming up this weekend, or is it next weekend?
No, it is in 2 weeks. So not this weekend, but the weekend after, so Memorial Day weekend. So next weekend, not this weekend.
Okay. Either way, we'll have something on the channel. I'm pretty sure we'll be talking about something that's going to pop in sports. So just stay tuned.
Yes, Rogers, our social media producer, the senior producer, the captain of the goofy ship, the commander lawyer himself, Cavante Baby. I guess maybe know some NBA draft profiles if we figure these guys out soon.
Man, I don't know, man. It's tough. This would be definitely one of the tougher ones. But I will say, a couple foreign guys coming out, and y'all see the direction that the NBA is going in. Top 5 guys are all going to be foreign. Well, shoot, you can probably say now top 5 guys are probably all non-natives of this country. So, you know, the NBA is very, very diverse, especially when it comes to the superstars. So there will be more entering, and it'll be interesting to see what they do when they get to the next level, because it seems like they transition very well.
Yes, Wizards have the number 2 overall pick. Jersey Dre, the co-patriarch along with Cavante, the executive producer. 440 episodes in the book, my brother, and episode 441. We back again next Monday.
Yes, the potential for another great guest to come on. Not only our podcast, but shout out to Dennis, man. What him, BJ, and the crew they're doing over there. That's what we, they having them on was really good today. And I'm just excited for everybody that stayed with us. Thank y'all for staying in.
Yes, big shout out to Dennis as you get the thumbs up from Dre and the Sam Sports crew. I put their channel link down below. You got Dennis, you got BJ, you got Sam, you got Sharon, who's a constant guest over here, the Chocolate Writer. She'll be back on the show, so check out all their work, all of their podcasts, all of their content is there. Check those brothers out. Watch their videos, get their watch time up, get their subscribers up. Check them out. This Wednesday, yes, we weren't here last Wednesday, had a little situation, but it's handled. But we got a super stream, because not only will we have our AEW dynamite, while that's going on, of course, the NFL schedule will be released. So I'm sure the AEW ratings will take another hit, Roger. But with that being said, we'll have AEW. We got some wrestling. We'll give you that AEW talk. We'll give you that pro wrestling talk. We'll talk WWE. But most importantly, we will have the schedule of the Baltimore Ravens, Washington Commanders, Philadelphia Eagles, whoever your team is. We will have it live revealed on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. We'll get all the international games. We'll get all the big time holiday games. We'll get all the prime time games. We'll get all the rookie matchups like Cravante talked about, and even the big time, I guess, network games. You got the network wars. We got Brady in there now. We got my boy Greg Olsen getting demoted. Romo and Nance, where are they going to be? And we'll talk about all that and so much more as always. Of course, Orioles content on the channel. We'll get more Orioles videos out this week. And yeah, we're just going to keep pushing. Next week, we got 2 pay-per-views. So you'll get previews for those matches. And we'll be live for both of those next week. So we'll be spending Memorial Day with you. And we may have a special show. Probably not on that Monday, but maybe that Tuesday. But we'll keep you guys posted once we figure all that stuff out as well. The 440 episodes in the books. More to come. Only place, fellas, giving you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
Oh, yo, B.
Go ahead, Cravante. What's up?
Yo, I just want to say this before we close out. Shout out to the Morgan State Lady Bears. The softball team won the MEAC championship. So big shout out to them. I saw that Aaron was talking about. Yep, Aaron was talking about it earlier, but they did indeed win the MEAC championship, and they are in the NCAA tournament. So big ups to Morgan State, big up to the Lady Bears softball team. Congratulations, ladies. Y'all representing school quite well.
Yes, big shout out to the Lady Bears on the softball field or softball diamond. Live Wednesday. More videos throughout the week. We'll be reacting to the schedule, AEW, and getting you ready for those pay-per-views next week. King and Queen of the Ring and AEW Double or Nothing. As we're almost at Memorial Day, fellas, and the finals begin in about 2.5 weeks. For Raj, Cravante, Dre, our guest, Dennis, and all the good folks over at Sam Sports Multimedia, God's favorite host, podcast, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, the Flex Zone 1 and Flex Zone Podcast on TikTok. Go ahead, send those notifications and hit that bell, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you super chat us if you want to donate to the channel as well. And whatever you give, we appreciate it. Flex Zone Podcast, we're putting the kids to bed. We appreciate you guys. It's the only place giving you sports how you know when you need it. And we'll be back again next Monday for episode 441, because it's not only your house, Flex Zone's house, and it's the only place giving you sports how you want when you need it. Good night, everybody. Thank you guys for watching, and big ups once again. Round of applause for the Morgan State Blue Bears. And big shout out to Sam Sports and Dennis, everyone over there as well. And we're getting out of here. And we gone. And we hope you guys have a great night. And we appreciate you guys for watching the Flex Zone Podcast, guys. We'll see you next week here on the Flex Zone Podcast. Peace.